Hey, everybody, it's time for your weekly time tip. And this week, we're going to talk about a problem a lot of people struggle with, which is actually being able to fall asleep once they get into bed at night. How often have you gone to bed at your right time, exhausted, and then you get in bed and you cannot fall asleep? Your mind is racing, you're getting anxious, then you start to get impatient, and the longer it takes you to fall asleep, the harder it is. And before you know it, you went to bed on time, but you ended up with a truncated amount of sleep and you're just miserable the next day. What do we do about that? What is happening once we get into bed? And what can we do to ease our way into slumber quickly? Let me give you a few strategies that I have found in my coaching work are very helpful to many, many people. The very first one is actually a reliable, trustworthy to do list, a tool that actually is one of the best sleep aids that I can imagine. Why is that? Because a lot of times, the reason that we are laying in bed at night, not falling asleep, is trying to remember the to dos or think through our next day. And if you have a reliable single to do list, that you keep adding to it all day, every day, everything's already accounted for, and you relieve your brain of the burden of trying to remember. That's tip number one. It will help a lot. Tip number two is to make sure that your bedroom is incredibly inviting and conducive to sleep. You know, and that means like do a little inventory. You want to get rid of any clutter. You want to make sure that the temperature is right. And studies show somewhere between 60 and 67 degrees is ideal for sleep. Do you have the temperature right? Or put on a fan if you need moving air. Have a really comfortable set of sheets or blanket or quilt. And also eliminate any piles of work from your bedroom. That's everything from laundry that needs to be put away that's sitting on a chair in the corner. And if you do work from home and you happen to work in your bedroom, I highly encourage you to contain it, put it in beautiful boxes so that those piles of work are not screaming at you out of the corner of your eye while you're trying to fall asleep. And finally, I have found that imagery can be very powerful in helping us to relax and fall asleep. And there's all kinds of guided imagery that will help you. And sometimes people meditate, but I have two that I have found are really have become my favorites. And the first one is imagine yourself falling backwards through space, through the sky. And I have personally used this when I've had trouble falling asleep, and then I'm always shocked. First thing I know, it's morning. It works for me like a charm and has for many people that I have spoken to. So falling backwards is one. And then John Kabat-Zinn, who's a very famous and renowned meditation expert, has this beautiful image of breathing in and out to the ends of the universe. So those are two to get you started, or find one that is right for you. And just put a little bit of thought and strategy into the falling asleep part of your bedtime routine. And you will find you will get the quantity and quality of sleep you desire.